Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta.exchange. Some information. So I'm coming back to Chennai in the month of March. So in the March middle, I have a workshop in Mumbai. The third week of March, I have a workshop in Chennai. And then within a week, I'll be leaving to US. So I'm going to US and Canada for 2 months. And then I will be back to Chennai for a few weeks. So use this opportunity. I have a workshop in Chennai as well as Mumbai. So, nowadays I do not conduct many workshops because most of the time I stay abroad. And also I'm having a charity dinner on 21st March evening, 6 to 10 p.m. So those who are interested can contact our office for further details. We are also looking for some sponsors for our workshop also, as well as for our charity dinner also. So if you are interested in sponsoring our events, so contact our office for details. The contact numbers are given in the description. Now, coming back to markets. Last week was a very bad week. The previous week, although we had a budget, the markets fell as STT was increased. Within 2 days, the US-India trade deal came, and then, market shot up. Then, that time I told you, May 12th, India-Pakistan ceasefire news came. The Nifty shot up 1,000 points. So usually if such a big green candle comes, then logically the markets are likely to consolidate for the next few months. And in fact, Nifty consolidated 25,000 plus or minus 600 points for the next 6 months. Only after 6 months, after the GST reduction came, and after that the festival demand increased, only in the month of October, Nifty broke out. Nifty rallied about 6% in the month of October. So the same way, I think that the same day I mentioned that now a big green candle, not actually green candle, open and close was lower, but compared to the previous day, the Nifty shot up nearly 1,000 points on a Indo-US trade deal day. Then logically the markets are likely to consolidate. So Nifty actually closed at 25,728, say approximately 25,700 on the Indo-US trade deal day. So right now the markets are trading 25,700 plus or minus 300 points. So that is the range so far. Market has been trading since the US trade deal. And looks like, there was some kind of a positive news. FII started buying after the US trade deal. So then people thought, our market is a hugely underperforming market in the world. So therefore, it's likely to go higher. And also technically it was showing long. And then, this artificial intelligence fear came and IT stocks came under huge selling pressure. And, IT's index is one of the major indices in India after banking and banking and auto index. So when one major index is having a hell lot of problems, and the probability of our market going higher has come down. So the technical which I follow, very rarely it fails. So it has failed. So last time I remember it failed, sometimes in 2022. So that was the time, this technical has failed. So after 3-4 years, so this time also the technical failed. And now the market, it is indicated long when 25,900 was taken out, but now Nifty has fallen more than 400 points after giving a long signal. So the main reason is the IT index. And another thing, despite all these problems, FIIs did not sell. In fact, they bought. But what happened? The entire story changed on just one day, that is on Friday. So FIIs decided to dump the stocks and they've sold for more than 7,000 crores. Since the US trade deal, when they started buying, I think they have bought only for about 5,000 crore. But whatever they bought in the last 1 or 2 weeks, so entire thing they have sold just in a single day. So that is the reason why on Friday, the people were expecting a bigger fall only in IT stocks. But at the end of the day, Reliance has fallen more than the IT stocks. And HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. So all the index heavyweights have fallen. So that I think that is mainly because of a broad-based selling by FIIs. So all said and done. So what is going to be there in store for next week? So we have 7 more trading sessions for the February expiry, and January was very volatile and February was even more volatile. And as I told you, this time my technical failed, then pattern analysis failed, then box theory also failed, right? So finally only one theory is left. So that is a gap filling theory. So 25,440. That was a high before the US trade deal. Then the US trade deal came, there was a very big gap up. So that 25,440 gap has not been filled. So who knows? So that may be filled, so there may be some small panic. I think there are reasons for some kind of a small panic tomorrow also. And because the RBI has brought in a lot of restrictions for this prop funding. So I don't know whether there will be a lot of unwinding from the prop funding tomorrow. There are some changes. Those changes, I do not know whether it is a retrospective effect. So a new loan cannot be granted, but old loan, whether they have to follow the new rules with immediate effect, those things are not clear. So if there is any unwinding pressure from these prop accounts, so then, that's going to be a big trouble tomorrow. So the markets might, fall and test that 25,440 level. So if market touches 25,440, then the gap has been filled. And then if the market consolidate and then if starts moving, then we can say, okay, so the gap has been filled, right? So there's nothing to worry much. So as I told you, finally only one theory that is left. So that is if a market shoots up very big, just like on May 12, and the following few months, there could be a consolidation with a plus or minus 2 to 3%. So in that sense, so the markets are likely to consolidate for the next few months between 25,000 and 26,500. So both are around 700, 800 point plus or minus 25,700, the level where the Nifty closed on the US trade deal day. The US trade deal itself, there are no clarities. The Trump says, India agreed to stop buying the Russian crude, but so far there has been no confirmation. Even today I've seen some statements by Foreign Minister Jaishankar, ambiguous statement. So like India has never stated very clearly that it will stop buying Russian crude. So who knows? This Trump, by taking note of all these statements, so he might increase the tariff against India. So that is very much possible. So now definitely it is time to be cautious on the long side, but at the same time, the probability of downfall is also very limited, maybe limited to maybe next 500 points or 2%. So in high probability case is that markets are likely to consolidate, from 25,700 level, just like last year, May to October. But then question comes, at least in the month of October, the market broke out, so mainly two reasons. One, GST reduction by the government, and number two, festival demand. So this time, what is going to change? I have no idea. So from government side, I don't think that we can expect anything good. So that has been, very clear from the budget talk. STT has been increased instead of decreasing. Like even the RBI rules against this prop funding, this and that, and all these are coming at the wrong time. When they should have done it in 2024. Sometimes during August, September, when the markets were at a peak. Now our market is globally hugely underperforming, but now they are coming and doing all these things, our underperformance is likely to continue. So let us hope retail people continue to pump in the money, right? So the day retail people get panic, they stop, SIP, or they stop pumping in the money to mutual funds. Then if FIIs continue to sell, so that is when a disaster waiting to happen, right? So that probability is very, very low. Price correction, I think probability is very, very low. But time correction, yes, it's possible. Our market may go for sideways for a very long time. I think you may remember I came out with a video from 2024 September to 2029 May. The Nifty is not likely to give a better return than FD return. Okay, so that statement is still valid. And now nearly 1.5 years passed. So even after this 1.5 years, FD would have given you like 11-12% interest, but still Nifty is negative. So even if Nifty shoots up 15% to 16% from here, then also, Nifty shooting up 15%, 16% is not going to happen in one day. It's going to take at least 5-6 months. Okay, assuming that every month 3% rally comes, still to achieve that 15-16%, it will take 5 to 6 months. So by that time, the 2 year will be over, right? So 15-16, Nifty has to rally 20% in 6 months' time. Then only it can catch up with the FD return, right? So otherwise, it's not going to beat FD return. So I used to tell, a dog is always chasing us. While running, we have to run faster than the dog. And the day you cannot run faster than the dog will catch you, will bite you. So the same thing here in financial markets, inflation is chasing you. So whatever money you are investing, that investment should give a better return than the inflation rate. Of course, inflation rate can go slightly more or less. So instead of inflation, we take a fixed deposit return as a benchmark. So your return should be better than the FD return. Otherwise, there is no point in making an investment. So you can put better money in a fixed deposit and can sleep the whole 365 days. You will still get the return. But in stock market, you make some investment and then it goes up, goes down, all kinds of, tension. So is it worth, right? So clearly, up to 2029, things are not going to be better than the FD return, right? So it is time to be cautious on the long side, as I told you, and downside is open for another 400 to 500 points. So upside is potential is very, very limited for the time being. Even in US markets also, I tell you, a lot of sectoral rotation is happening. Although market is not really very bad, the magnificent 7 stocks, On Friday, at some point of time, I was watching the market, US market. US markets were trading in green, but all the 7 stocks, magnificent 7 stocks, were actually down. From January 1 till now, out of the 7 stocks, 6 stocks have given negative return and 2 stocks have given more than 10% negative return. So this is a global phenomena. Although we have underperformed the global markets, but when we go higher, the global markets need to support. If the global markets are weak, the probability of our market going higher is very low. So for the current weekly expiry that is coming next Tuesday, in just only 2 days, 25,600 has a huge open interest. The highest open interest is at 26,000, but there's a huge open interest added on Friday at 25,600. I think 25,600, the premium is around 100 rupees. So that means, 25,700 is the resistance, right? In a falling market, so there is no need to talk about the support, right? So it's better not to sell any put options now. It is time only to sell call options. So I did a lot of put calendars and reverse call calendars, when I took a bullish view. But, they are all like limited risk strategies. But that limited risk also, I'm trying to cover by selling the call. But when will I get into trouble? If the market suddenly shoots up, then, my put calendars and reverse call calendars may give profit. But my sold call options in the short term, that may be in trouble. So for option writers, market going up or market going down is not a problem. Market going up suddenly or market going down suddenly, that is a problem. Or huge gap up, huge gap down is a problem. So let us see what is going to happen for this week. Now you have to keep watching for banking stocks also. Banking stocks also came under a severe profit booking on Friday, and Reliance also. So now the broader market one has to keep watching. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.